Alright guys, so the Dubs choked against a severely undermanned Indiana Pacers team on the second M of a back-to-back, and this might be the worst loss of the season, but I want to put some respect on their players, man. First they take out the Lakers, then Chris Duarte drops 27 points, and I want to break down how he got those points and his clutch plays in the fourth quarter and overtime. The spread of this game was an insane 16.5 points, but Duarte played like a vet the whole game. Here we have a little two-man game from the Pacers. You can hear the Warriors call ice to the baseline. Simple one-dribble pull-up over his fellow rookie Kuminga. Duarte and Bitadze were involved in quite a few two-man games, and here's another simple give-and-go for Duarte to go left. Looney drops back to cover the lob here, but Duarte nicely finishes with his left after a late contest. You can clearly tell he's a four-year college player with these moves. Duarte is also physical in the paint here and gets the steal on a much bigger Looney. I'm assuming last night he became the primary ball handler considering who the Pacers were playing, and here he has a 4-on-3 fast break. Steph tags Bitadze here, but he was more concerned with Holiday on the three-point line. This leads to a wide-open dunk, and it's always more important to protect the basket first. Duarte has the slight hezzy Isaiah Thomas move in him too, and here he pulls it off to get past Kuminga and sees a slower Looney on him, and he has the audacity to pull another hezzy and gets the reverse layup. Here's another two-man game for Duarte and Bitadze for him to go left. The Pacers knew the Warriors weren't switching or doubling and instead just letting Wiggins fight over, so Bitadze easily just slips the screen to get Looney off of helping him. Duarte gets to the rim for another and one with a smooth left-hand finish. Leading into the second half, and the Pacers are sticking around pretty nicely here. We have a dead-end play, but the Pacers keep the ball rotating along the three-point line. Craig dribble handoffs is to Duarte for him to go right, and this is just a nasty between-the-leg crossover into a step-back three. When the Warriors are playing down to their opponent, it's never a good idea to let them hang around. Here Duarte dribbles around and ends up getting the switch on Looney at the three-point line. You can see Duarte call the pass to Holiday to rotate the ball back to him, but instead Craig calls him out to get the ball and to take advantage of this mismatch. Leaving Looney on an island is a bad idea, and Duarte uses left once again to get past. Wiggins does not help strong side corner, and Duarte uses his body for a finesse finish. Getting to the fourth quarter, the Pacers were lacking all their bigs, so the Warriors' defensive game plan was to switch everything, which is exactly what Duarte wanted. Here he calls for the Craig screen, which the Dubs switch. As Jackson was about to come screen again, you see Duarte wave him off because he does not want Wiggins to switch. Having an ISO with Looney, he pulls up for three to give the Pacers the lead. That is some impressive confidence considering the Pacers often lose games in the clutch. The game became up for grabs, but Duarte was still the go-to guy for the Pacers. Here's another give and go, and I've begun to feel like even as a righty, Duarte likes to go left. The Dubs gave him a semi-trap here, and eventually Clay switches off to JTA. However, this is some Kobe action here as he turns over his left shoulder for the fadeaway, even with the defender on it, pushing the lead to 5. With the game in overtime, you'd think the Warriors had this in the bag. Jackson sets a screen here. You can see the Dubs refuse to switch this time, essentially doubling him until Iggy recovers. He hits an all-time defender with a between-the-legs crossover into a sidestep mid-range. This is the kind of veteran move and something an all-timer like Kobe or Chris Paul or even DeMar DeRozan would do on the right side of the court. The space creation is an absolute art. Let's show some defensive highlights as well. Here the Warriors run a back screen for Wiggins and JTA comes up to receive the ball. Honestly, this was a pretty lazy pass by Iguodala as Duarte plays the passing lane very well for a steal and a fast break dunk. So there you have it guys, the Warriors lost a home game against one of the worst teams in the NBA without arguably their 4 best players on the second end of a back-to-back. Pretty embarrassing to say the least, but I'm really impressed with how Chris Duarte showed up despite just being a rookie. It doesn't surprise me that he is up there on the Rookie of the Year ladder the way he reads the game and some of his scoring moves. Good thing the Warriors have the Rockets at home tonight, and I hope for a much better showing. Like the video and subscribe, and I hope to see the Warriors fan base again in a couple of days.